The time for English weekly news. My name is Benjamin Kwizera, and these are the top stories. His Excellency the President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, has held bilateral talks with the President of Estonia. In Nyaruguru District, Minister of Health Dr. Sabin Nsanzimana has urged residents of Nyaruguru to express gratitude to the Rwanda Defense Forces for its vital role in ensuring their security. Students at Masaka GSTSS, located in Rugarika sector of Kamonyi District, said that the construction of new classrooms by Rwanda Defense Forces in collaboration with police will be helpful. In our international news, Iran launched missiles and drone attacks on U.S. military installations in Bahrain and Kuwait. Well, welcome back to our news in detail. This is the news brought to you in partnership with the Credo Hotel. His Excellency the President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, held bilateral talks with the President of Estonia, RY'IGITANGAZAMAKURU, on strengthening cooperation and innovation and digital governance between both countries. News in detail by Anike Uwineza.
President Paul Kagame has met with his Estonia counterpart, President RY'IGITANGAZAMAKURU, to discuss ways of strengthening cooperation between Rwanda and Estonia. The meeting took place on July 18th, following the AI for Good Global Summit 2026 in Geneva, Switzerland. The two heads of state discussed expanding collaboration in areas of mutual interest, including digital innovation, the use of artificial intelligence, and technology-driven governance to support national development. Estonia, one of the North European's leading digital nations, is widely recognized for its advanced e-government services and strong digital transformation. Rwanda and Estonia have maintained strong bilateral relations over the years, with both countries sharing a commitment to using technology to improve public services and accelerate sustainable development. The latest meeting builds on years of cooperation between the two nations. In 2018, President Kagame met with 10 Estonia President Kasti during the Managed Security Conference in Germany, following a historic visit to Rwanda in 2017, the first by an Estonian head of state to Africa. During that visit, President Kasti also paid tribute at the Kigali Genocide Memorial, where she expressed condolences to survivors and the families of victims of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, reaffirming Estonia's solidarity with the people of Rwanda.
Well, the Minister of Health, Dr. Sabin Nsanzimana, has urged the residents of Nyaruguru District to express gratitude to the Rwanda Defense Forces, RDF, for its vital role in ensuring their security and supporting their daily well-being. More report. As Nyaruguru District marked the 32nd Evolution celebration, the event was combined with the conclusion of a week dedicated to medical outreach activities conducted by specialist doctors from Rwanda Defense Forces and Rwanda National Police. These medical professionals had spent a month at MURI Hospital providing treatment to residents suffering from various conditions that would otherwise have required referral to the University Teaching Hospital of Butare, CHIB, or Rwanda Military Hospital in Kanombe. Some beneficiaries, including Gasana Jean-Baptiste and Mukanyanwi Julien, expressed heartfelt appreciation for the specialized care they received from RDF and the Rwanda National Police doctors, noting that the treatment helped cure illness that had long troubled them. I suffered from eyes problems, and they told me that my sickness was very harsh and they don't have ways to resolve it. I could not look in my phone. When somebody called me, I was not able to realize who was it. But when experts from RDF and RNP came, they helped me a lot. I want to thank doctors from RDF and Rwanda National Police for the best services we received. The Minister of Health, Dr. Sabin Nsanzimana, who joined the celebrations with the security institutions, local leaders and residents, emphasized that 32 years since liberation present an important opportunity to thank the Rwandan Defense Forces for safeguarding citizens and even supporting them in accessing healthcare when needed. He also called on citizens to continue their journey of self-liberation by addressing challenges that hinder household development, such as child stunting, family conflicts, and teenage pregnancies. He stressed that tackling these issues is essential for contributing to national development and sustainable development. These acts have been happening for a long time now. It is annual activities. In health sector, we benefit from this because it helps us a lot. Last year, I remember that we had 5,000 Rwandans who had eyes problem, but all of them are now in good conditions. According to the figures presented by Brigadier General Dr. Chrysostom Kajimbana, head of health services in Rwanda Defense Forces, over the course of 1 month at Munini Hospital, specialized doctors from the RDF and Rwanda National Police provided free medical services to more than 8,400 residents, including over 214 patients treated for eye conditions. Furthermore, within a 4-month nationwide program, approximately 34,000 citizens received medical care from RDF and Rwanda National Police specialists across various hospitals in the country, with more than 3,000 benefiting from eye care services. Well, from Nyaruguru district back to Kamonyi district, students at Masaka GSTSS, located in Rugarika sector of Kamonyi district, say that the construction of new classrooms by the Rwanda Defense Forces in collaboration with the police will be very helpful in improving their journey in education. More report. The Rwanda Defense Forces and Rwanda National Police, in collaboration with other institutions, have been carrying out community outreach activities aimed at improving the welfare and development of citizens. Among these initiatives is construction of classrooms to support better learning conditions for students. It is in this context that students from Kigese GSTS, also located in Rugarika sector of Kamonyi district, commend the security organs for building new classrooms, which have helped address the issue of overcrowding and provide a dedicated room for girls, a long-standing challenge that has now found a sustainable solution. We used to face problems of overcrowding in our classrooms, especially during this season of summer. We couldn't even capture well our studies because of all those problems. But now the problem is solved and we are going to study very well. Before, we had only one room for girls. It was not even enough, because there was problem of hygiene because of overcrowding, but now we are grateful that we got another room. These testimonies are echoed by Dr. Nahayo Silvel, who also praised the Rwanda Defense Forces and the police for their role in constructing classrooms and helping to resolve congestion in schools. The classrooms were built by Ministry of Defense in a program of collaboration of security institutions and citizens in development and well-being. They built 10 classrooms, the staff room, 2 rooms for laboratory, and this comes as a solution to the problems of overcrowding here in GS Massacre, where one room accommodated more than 67 students. Meanwhile, the President of the Senate, Dr. Francois Xavier Karinda, while inaugurating the classrooms during Liberation Day celebrations last weekend, commended the RDF and the Rwanda National Police and other stakeholders for their contribution to addressing challenges affecting citizens' livelihoods. This is a nice opportunity to thank former soldiers of RPA who liberated this country and stopped the genocide and still continue to play a huge role in protecting and building our country. in partnership with other security institutions and citizens. These activities carried out over the past 3 months by RDF and Rwanda National Police under community support programs include construction of classrooms, building bridges and roads, and providing medical services, among others, all aimed at improving the living standards of Rwandans. Well, from Kamonyi district to Muhanga district, as 2026 National Primary Living Examinations officially got underway on Tuesday, the Mayor of Muhanga District, Kayitare Jacqueline, called on candidates to remain focused and perform to the best of their ability. More report. Muhanga District Mayor Kayitare Jacqueline made the remarks while officially launching the National Primary Living Examinations at GS Munyinya, located in Hyogwe Sector, Muhanga District. She encouraged the candidates to remain calm, work hard, and approach examinations with the confidence and determination to succeed. In the entire district of Muhanga, we have 7,235 pupils who will sit for exam, and we are very glad that all of them are able to attend. We are very determined to help them to perform adequately and perform well. We briefed them about all instructions of the exam, and we wished them all the best in their exams. We reminded them that national exams are normally taken from the daily and their normal exams. Some pupils from JS Kabgayi in Nyamabuye sector said they are satisfied with how they completed the mathematics examination. They praised the teachers for providing quality instruction and throughout preparation, saying this enables them to sit the exam with confidence and without fear. The exam that we just finished was not as hard as we expected. We thought that it was going to be extremely hard. There are even some people who threatened us, telling us national exams are always hard. But we would like to express our gratitude to our teachers because they trained us very well. That's why we accomplished our exams very, very amazingly. Mayor Kayitare Jacqueline also appealed to parents and guardians to continue supporting their children throughout the examination period. She urged them to encourage candidates to provide a conducive environment for revision and avoid assigning household chores that could interfere with the students' study time and preparation. The 2026 National Primary Living Examinations began on 7th of July with the mathematics paper. Candidates are expected to complete the examinations on Thursday this week. Well, from Muhanga District to Gisagara District, the Minister of Environment, Dr. Bernadette Arakwiye, has urged the residents in Gisagara District who were recently provided with the new homes and to maintain cleanliness and properly care for those houses. More report. This initiative was carried out as Rwanda marked 32nd Liberation Day. Security organs, together with the government institutions and citizens, supported vulnerable residents in Gisagara who previously had no proper shelter, aiming to improve their living conditions and promote inclusive development. Beneficiaries including Uwingabire Jose and Bararema Eric from Muganza sector expressed their gratitude to the government of Rwanda and all partners involved. They said the support has transformed their lives, noting that the conditions they previously lived in were absolutely bad for a Rwandan citizen. I want to express my gratitude to the President of Republic of Rwanda. He helped me a lot. Before, I used to live in a miserable house. When it was during the rainy seasons, we suffered a lot because we had to leave our house. We would like to thank Rwandan soldiers and Rwanda National Police and other people who contributed to help us to escape lonely life. The Southern Province Police spokesperson CIP Kamanzi Hassan stated that such initiatives are aimed at ensuring community safety and improving citizens' welfare. He also commended the strong collaboration between security institutions and the population. These are activities that preserve citizens' security. When people are living decent life, even the security issues cannot happen. And when people are living miserable lives, there is a chance for insecurity issues. Gisagara District Mayor Jerome called on residents to continue working closely with the security organs to maintain peace and security while striving for sustainable development. The Minister of Environment, Dr. Arakwiye, emphasized that housing initiative will enable beneficiaries to focus on improving their livelihoods, support their children's education, and build a better future. She also reminded them of the importance of preserving the support they have received. Now, citizens have proper shelter, and we believe that will help them in their development. There are no more worries about housing and shelter, and that will help them to focus on other things to improve their livelihoods, like educating their children and other acts. These community support activities have been ongoing for the past 3 months across southern province of Rwanda. In Kamonyi district, 10 classrooms and girls' rooms were constructed. In Gisagara, 10 houses were built, while 8 houses were constructed in Nyamagabe district. In Ruhango district, a bridge was built to facilitate trade and movement, and in Nyaruguru district, eye care services were provided to residents. Well, from Gisagara district to Nyamasheke district, as GS St. Paul Tiazo celebrated the feast day of St. Paul, its patron saint, students highlighted the values they draw from him. More report. The celebration of St. Paul's feast day, combined with 75th anniversary of GS St. Paul Tiazo contribution to education, served as an opportunity to reflect on values left by Saint to the church. These include perseverance, strong faith, dedication to work, and service to others. Students at GS St. Paul Tiazo say these principles guided their daily lives, both at school and at home, as well as in their interactions with others. They affirm that these values are inspired by St. Paul, the patron of their school. St. Paul used to have the culture of helping others. In this school, we are taught that culture of helping one another, respect others, and upholding good values. We learn so many things from St. Paul because he used to teach many people. I also would like to have that culture of teaching others, and so many things I learned from St. Paul, like respect others and many more. Father Jean Bosco Nyonsenga, head teacher of GS St. Paul Tiazo, emphasized that celebrating the patron saint's day is a moment to remind students that true education goes beyond academic success. He noted that it also involves shaping responsible individuals grounded in strong moral values and self-confidence. We are ready to keep providing a decent upbringing and to give skills and help these children and parents to have confidence. The most important, we must create a whole human, not a half of a man. Not only creating head, but rather to create head and heart, so that even after his or her studies in this school, that children will represent well this school, because this school still holds that good reputation. He further encouraged students to emulate St. Paul's dedication and commitment, urging them to avoid laziness and any behavior that could hinder their progress. Instead, he called on them to embrace hard work and strive for excellency in all they do. Students were reminded that values such as respect, diligence, and love for work are the foundation of an education that prepares them to become responsible and impactful members of society. They were encouraged to understand that knowledge and hard work must go hand in hand with good character in order to contribute meaningfully to the development of their communities and the nation. Well, and that's all for local stories. And after a short break, we're coming back with our international news. Well, welcome to our international news. Iran launched missile and drone attacks on U.S. military installations in Bahrain and Kuwait in what officials describe as a direct retaliation for a wave of American airstrikes on Iranian targets. News in detail. Tensions in the Middle East have dramatically escalated after Iran launched in what officials describe as a direct retaliation of a wave of American airstrikes on Iranian targets. The latest exchange raises fears of a wider regional conflict and threatens global energy security. Air raid sirens echoed across Bahrain and Kuwait overnight as Iranian forces targeted multiple U.S. military sites. According to Iranian authorities, the strikes were carried out by Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps in response to recent U.S. attacks on dozens of Iranian military and naval positions. Tehran claims the operation included both ballistic missiles and drones, with some reports suggesting that as many as dozens of sites were targeted across the Gulf region. The escalation followed U.S. strikes on more than 60 Iranian targets, including naval assets in the Strait of Hormuz, a critical global oil route. Washington says the strikes were in response to attacks on commercial vessels, including LNG tanker. Iran, however, denies responsibility for those maritime attacks and accuses the United States of America of violating a fragile ceasefire agreement that had been in place to ease tensions and allow negotiations to continue. Both Bahrain and Kuwait activated their air defense systems as missiles approached, while reports indicate that U.S. MQ-9 drone was shot down during confrontation. So far, there has been no confirmed report of casualties, but authorities across the Gulf remain on high alert as the situation continues to unfold. The renewed hostilities are already shaking global markets. Oil prices have surged amid fears of supply disruptions through the Strait of Hormuz, a passage that carries a significant portion of the world's oil shipments. The strikes come at a sensitive moment, just weeks after both sides had agreed to a temporary truce aimed at reviving negotiations of Iran's nuclear program and regional security. However, mutual accusations of ceasefire violations, combined with the new sanctions imposed by Washington, including restrictions on Iran's oil exports, have pushed the situation to a breaking point. World leaders are urging immediate de-escalation, warning that further military action could destabilize the region and disrupt the global economy. Well, before we come to an end of our weekly news edition, let's go back to the top stories. His Excellency the President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, has held bilateral talks with the President of Estonia, RY'IGITANGAZAMAKURU, on strengthening cooperation and innovation and digital governance. In the Nyaruguru district, the Minister of Health, Dr. Sabin Nsanzimana, has urged the residents of Nyaruguru district to express gratitude to the Rwanda Defense Forces for its vital role in ensuring their security and supporting their daily well-being. Students at the Masaka GSCTSS, located in Rugarika sector of Kamoyi district, say that the construction of new classrooms by Rwanda Defense Forces in collaboration with the citizens will help them a lot. In international news, in the Middle East, Iran launched the missile and drone attacks on U.S. military installations in Bahrain and Kuwait in what officials describe as a direct retaliation for a wave of American airstrikes on Iranian targets. Well, thank you very much once again for being with us. This is PACIS TV, #1 African Catholic television. My name is Benjamin Kwizera, and I wish you a very nice weekend.